All right, let's talk about Ram safety Taylor Rapp being a fucking superhuman. He burned 10,000 calories in one day. He biked 125 miles. He swam 1.25 miles, ran 3 miles, and hiked 4 miles from 4:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. This is a factual statement. This thing actually happened. It seems like a bunch of bullshit whenever I first heard it. Then he's got it all tracked, obviously. This is an insane workout. The Murph is you run 1 mile, you do like 100 push-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 sit-ups, 100 pull-ups, and then you run another mile. This guy went above and beyond. Have you ever been in the shape that Taylor Rapp is currently in? 125-mile bike ride, 1.25-mile swim, and then a 3-mile run, hiked 4 miles. That is absurd. I don't think I could accomplish one of these feats. He took on all 4 of them. This is next level stuff, and this guy's in much better shape than I'll ever be in my entire life.
I could eat the 10,000 calories.
Attaboy, Z. Attaboy. How about you, AJ?
I mean, the 1.25 miles swimming, that right there is very difficult. Like, I assume he's been training for this a little bit.
Yeah, I think he would have to. Is he trying to be an Iron Man? Is this football training? I don't know. Like, hey, is he a good football player? Does anybody know if
he's a good player, man.
He's a good player, yeah?
I remember him in college. He was very good, and he had a good rookie year, too.
He's their starting nickel corner on defense.
Did that guy next to him do that entire workout? I would expect your body to look a little different if you did all that stuff, but I'm happy that...
Taylor probably had to drag him a little bit.
To be honest, he is not heart monitored up, so I don't think so.
True.
Taylor, what a stud of a human. I didn't know we had humans that could do this type of stuff. This is next level. This Lance Armstrong stuff that we're learning about on Sunday night here, this documentary, whenever they're talking about what he would do, insanity, absolute insanity. Now we got a guy in the NFL being able to pull off a lot of stuff. Good for the sport, good for the league, good for Taylor. I will never be able to accomplish that, and I am bummed about it, to be honest with you.
Well, you don't know the Diaz brothers that fight and are MMA fighters?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
They both do Ironmans all the time. Like, they swim it back and forth to Alcatraz. Like, they do all of this.
What about the Sharks? What about
They escaped prison?
The Sharks?
The Diaz brothers swim back and forth to Alcatraz, the water that they thought they deemed unswimmable. The Diaz brothers do that? Diaz, is it? Diaz?
Yeah, it's part of a race. Nate, the older brother, or Nick, the older brother, and then Nate, the younger one.
You want 31 flavors?
That is
Oh, it checks out.
fantastic. I did not know that.
Of course it checks out. I know. What do you mean? It's like a known thing.
It is not a known thing. That is something, if I was the Diaz brothers, like the UFC should have, whenever he was fighting Conor, the only thing I knew about him is, okay, this guy seems to be about that life. He seems to be a tough dude. He beat him, by the way, and then he was throwing water bottles. I wish somebody would have said, oh, yeah, this guy does Ironmans in his sleep, and he swims back and forth to Alcatraz just for fun. It's like, damn, whole new level of respect for, not that I didn't before. I mean, they're badass individuals, but that is next level stuff. I can't swim across my pool.
Well, but it made me think of that because you said, oh, I imagine this one guy, you were body shaming him, saying his body wouldn't look like that if he was able to do all of this. The Diaz brothers, like, they're not the most shredded guys on the planet, but so they're built for, they have the mental makeup to do those races, and they also, their body somehow physically lends itself to that.
So that's just mental warrior stuff, right? Like,
I know Heinz Ward did a half Ironman.
Jeez.
It's like 70 miles, 1.2 mile swim, 56-mile bike ride, and a 13-mile run.
Whew. Oh my gosh. I am such a fat ass. There's no way I could even think about doing it. It would take me probably 5-10 years to get in shape to do that.
I'd rather watch on TV.
I mean, I would not. I would not want to watch that. That sounds incredibly boring.
Doing all that stuff he did yesterday, isn't that like deathly unhealthy?
Yeah.
Marathon diet.
Doing all that shit in one day.
Well, we knew a guy who tried to do a marathon, and he trained for 9-10 months for this thing, and he got to mile 21, and he died. They brought him back to life. Still has yet to finish that marathon. Really? Now he's the CFO of this company. It's wild. He died.
What happened? He just passed out at mile marker 21?
Yeah, it was like a really scary situation because we were getting updates out here because he had been training for this thing for real for like 10 months. Hard training. He's getting back into it, by the way. You can see he's getting the itch.
Oh, yeah.
He's
His
getting
going to do it. Pretty solid.
He's getting back into it. He's been a guy who's been in incredible shape here my entire life knowing him, but he wanted to do this Pittsburgh Marathon. He trained his ass off. Then marathon day came, and I'm getting updates from people. And then I sent him a text. I'm like, hey, how we doing? And I got cut off completely. And then you go to track him on the internet, and he just kind of fell off the race. It's like, what the fuck happened to this guy? He was in a hospital. Something happened to him. I forget what.
Rhabdo.
What is that?
Rhabdo.
He got rhabdo in the middle of a marathon?
Middle of the marathon, like mile 23. Still hasn't got the medal
scary.
for finishing. They took him to the hospital. Yeah, it was a real situation. Very, very scary. We make fun of him a lot for it, but if that guy trained for 10 months for it and couldn't do that, that is crazy to me. Now he's trying to get back into the game. If you can accomplish 125 miles on a bike, over a mile swimming, 3-mile run, hiking 4 miles, your body's just got to be built different, huh? That just has to be a different body than I have. Is that an accurate statement?
Yeah.
Different body, different brain, I think.
Oh, you're saying I'm soft. That's accurate.
I'm saying I am too. Like, I don't have the mental makeup to do those like super long endurance races.
Hey, did you see Phil tweeted you asking you for a motivational speech because he needs?
Oh, is this CFO Phil?
Yeah, that's CFO Phil right there. Yeah.
What is this time? Is this a half marathon?
14 miles.
Yeah.
He needs to get to 26 or whatever. He did 17 last night, I think.
Is he almost there? He's getting there.
He's almost there. He's got this big old mustache, too. I think he's a little bummed because the Pittsburgh Marathon, due to the quarantine, is being moved. And I think he was gearing up to do it this year without telling us, by the way. I think he was just going to do it, get the medal, tell us to all eat shit, get the shirt that's finished and all that stuff. But then the quarantine happened, so now he has to – does he have to stay in shape for another year? There's no way he'll be able to do it. This dude runs until he gets blisters on his feet just casually, like on a Wednesday. He's just running, and I FaceTime with him afterwards. He's got blisters on his feet. His legs are – and I'm like, what are you? Why are you –
Some people, that's what they do, man. They just like that's their time. Like you on your motorcycle without your phone, that's them running.
That runner's high thing, I've always thought was a bunch
That's
of
not
bullshit.
real.
Yep.
It's not real.
I think the problem is you, us, all of us here, running was always punishment. So I did
Still is.
I do something wrong, go run. And it wasn't in a tone like, hey, let's go for a run. It was like, go fucking run, okay? You want to show up and do that type of stuff?
And it was, hey, go run, and you're going to run until we tell you you're done. Like, you don't know. There's no end in sight. Like, that's another mental warfare that you have when you're like, okay, I'm running full gassers down, back across the field, and coach just keeps blowing his whistle and looks like he's not stopping anytime soon.
We can be here all night. Oh, turn the lights on. We got a long one. Run! It's just a nightmare.
Look good, feel good, play good.
Play good, pay good, live good, die good.